features the Rider Raiders taking on the Sherman Bearcats from Memorial Stadium in Wichita Falls, Texas. Good evening, everybody. I'm Skip Boyden along with Donnie Lang, and we also welcome the fine folks from Post Newsweek Cable onto this telecast. And what an exciting football game. For one team, it's a chance for them to go ahead and keep winning. For the other team, speaking of the Rider Raiders, it's their chance. It's do or die time for them.
Boy, Skip, it really is. And as we said, and take this quote from Jeffrey Modern for the Time Record News, and as you said, Rider faces do or die situation. No turning back, Skip. If they lose tonight, they can start thinking about 1992.
This is the reason why, as we take a look at the District 5 5A standings, you see Marcus just sailing right along, 6-0 for the season, 3-0 in district, and you go on down the line and take a look at Sherman, 4-2 overall. You really don't need to look and worry about the overall seasons because they mean nothing at all. It's what is in that district standings. As we take a look at that, if we can get that up one more time, you'll get a chance to see all of those teams lined up and how important this game is for the Rider Raiders.
Yeah, you talk about the district standings, and you were talking about the right-hand column of that graphic we had just before the top 10 Class 5A.
Here's a look at the top 10. You take a look at Arlington Lamar. They've been there before. Carter, who is always there. Odessa Premium, who after last year having a disappointment in not going to the playoffs, on their way to a playoff situation. And you take a look at some of the rest of the guys in the top 10 in Class 5A. And going into what to expect in this ball game for the Rider Raiders, of course, they are going to have to contain the outside game of the Bearcats. The Bearcats have always come to Wichita Falls with speed, and they have it again this year.
They certainly do, and they have got some sterling performers, Mr. Boyden, and one of those happens to be number 19, Sterling Boyd.
Boyd is back after an injury and after hampered throughout the couple of first games or two of the season. He is finally back, and he will be a key factor for tonight's ball game.
He certainly will. The Rider Raiders are going to have to stop Sterling Boyd if they're going to be successful tonight. On the other side of the coin, Rider's hurting a little bit. Matt Rebello, they're split in out for the season. He's been replaced by number 6, Kevin Owens. Also, Rashad Hickman, Skip, has a fractured wrist. He's in a cast. He will see action tonight. Just exactly how much action, we don't know.
It will be an offensive football game as far as Sherman is concerned. They have put up 139 points and only given up 91 compared to Rider, who has scored 122 points and given up only 87. A look at the Rider Raider rushing statistics. You see Lewis still in the lead. You would figure it would be Lewis going up against Boyd, and what a matchup that should be.
Oh, it really should be. And I think, of course, you probably had the chance, I don't know if you have or not, to see Sterling Boyd perform, but both kids really built different, Skip. You know, Mondrell Lewis seems to be a stockier, more heavier built type kid. Sterling Boyd is a little bit taller, I think, a little bit lankier, or more of a slender frame than Mondrell Lewis.
Exactly. There's what Flanagan does as far as throwing the football, and that will be a key. He will have to throw tonight. Hopefully he can get something. He's got 3 touchdowns and only 1 interception, so that's a very key stat for the Rider Raiders.
Well, he's going to have to throw tonight. He's going to have to throw well because quarterback Raymond Wright of Sherman has thrown for 242 yards, and he is a pretty good passing quarterback.
The Rider Raiders will receive the opening kickoff, and a reminder that our pregame show has been presented by Pinocchio's Pizza. It's hot and fresh. Give him a call right now.
Yeah, let's let him call that number, 761-1111, 761-1111. Call him right now, and he'll have that pizza early in the quarter number 1. And Skip and I want to mention again, we want to welcome the folks at the Post Newsweek Cable.
And this is our second telecast with those fine guys down there. Hopefully you'll sit back and enjoy this one. Should be a good football game. As we mentioned, nothing really on the line for Sherman, and as far as they have to do is just keep winning. But a lot riding on the Rider Raiders. The guys in black need a win. And not only do they need a win, they're going to need some help sooner or later down the line with the Haltom Buffaloes. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Getting ready to get this one underway. deep kick. It's taken at the 20. Across the 20 to the 32-yard line on the return. For the Raiders on the return, Ferris. And they have pretty good, decent field position. They will start it off from the 31-yard line. We're set up the offense for you right after this play. Of course, Flanagan opens up at the quarterback position. Heavy pressure in the backfield. What a hit that time. Jeff Goodman, number 41, 5'10", 190-pound nose guard senior. In there with the defensive pressure.
I'm telling you one thing, that's one of the things that really bothered Coach Wayne LeBlue, as you see the youngster crashing through and actually knocks Flanagan down before he can even make the exchange. Skip, one thing that has really bothered Coach LeBlue about this club is their tremendous overall team speed, both offensively and defensively.
A loss of 3 on the last play. Flanagan to throw, and just over the head and out of the reach of Alvarado that time. Incomplete. It will be second, or it'll be third now.
There's a look at the Rider Raiders offensive line. Tackle to tackle, Covington, Lindsey, Grissom the center, Jay LeBlue right guard, Taylor the tackle, tight end Carter, split in Kevin Owens. Third down, 13, Skip, Rider from their own 28.
Hickman and Lewis out of the eye, awaiting the snap. Flanagan straight back gives to Lewis. Lewis on the draw play, trying to get to the outside. He won't get it. Back up to the 31, which will be the original line of scrimmage. It will be fourth down and punt time for the Rider Raiders.
So their initial opening possession, and the Rider Raiders have to punt the football away.
Taylor or Rodriguez will be doing the punting. Taylor averaging about 33 yards a punt. Rodriguez 29.6 a punt.
It'll be Aaron Taylor. Back in deep punt formation for Rider.
Low snap, and Taylor gets it off.
Beautiful kick, Skip.
Drives him all the way back, and he picks it up at the 5. To the 10. Still on his feet, and then finally brought down at the 15-yard line.
I'm surprised the youngster picked the football up. It looked like it was going to possibly roll into the end zone for a touchback, come out to the 20. But Donnell Patterson decided, hey, I'll take the thing back. And he stopped at the 16-yard line. And guess what, Skip Boyden? That's the reason I wore this flannel shirt. Look at that flag. The cold front is here, folks. We have had frontal passage.
Woo, I tell you what.
At 7:34 p.m. Frontal passage. It's here.
We're set up the offense for you here for the Bearcats as they open up with a pass.
This is Sterling Boyd.
Boyd with moves across the 20 and run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Boyd headed back toward the right, then nothing going there, and comes back the other way.
And if we watch the replay, if we have a chance to see it, you're going to see Sterling Boyd, number 19, and Mondrell Lewis, 48, exchange a few hellos as he comes out of bounds.
Talking about that wind a little bit. Oh my, did it just whip right in here or what? 10-19 opening quarter on the handoff.
Nothing there.
Stopped, but it looks like they will have enough for a first down.
Can you believe this wind? The wind, the dust. This is unbelievable, just out of nowhere.
And you see the flag.
Oh, incredible.
Those that were not prepared for this are heading for cover right now.
Well, I see you brought your lined windbreaker. You were ready for it. All right, second down and 1. No, second down and...
it should be first and 10.
10.
Yeah, they just
that was the first down.
They just changed the sticks over there. On a first down call. Pitch to Boyd.
Got some room.
Boyd to the outside, but a flag thrown down at the line of scrimmage. Boyd gets across the 30-yard line, but we will check the flag. Very first penalty of the ball game, and it's in the offensive backfield. It will be offsides against the Rider Raiders. And just to tell you how windy it is, the flag was thrown at the line of scrimmage and it ended up in the offensive backfield. It's offsides, Ryder. Sherman with an opportunity to take the penalty, and it will be 1st and 5.
Well, you look at the jerseys blowing. Look at anything out here that blows. Pom-poms, jerseys, flags, people's hair. Look, that'll give you an indication. It's blowing, folks.
1st and 5. They mark it at the 32-yard line. On the option play, and it's given to the first man across the middle, across the 35-yard line, and enough for another first down.
Skip, if you talk about last year's Sherman game, when Ryder went to Sherman, Ryder came away in that ball game with a 20-7 win over the Bearcats. And as Coach LeBlue put it, he said that was probably our best ball game of the year. And he said he expected the same from his troops here tonight.
Right on the handoff to Boyd. Boyd gets it across the 40. Good 2 or 3 yard pickup that time for Sterling Boyd. Coming to the 9-minute mark, opening quarter. Raiders touched the football, ended up punting their first possession away after running 3 plays. 2 first downs picked up already on this drive, which started at the 15-yard line for the Bearcats. Boyd trying to find a hole, nothing going, maybe 1 or 2 out of the play before Kunkel, John Kunkel, one of the first men there to get there to lay a stick on him.
And keep in mind, Kunkel, that Skip just referred to, number 70, is a sophomore, and he's really playing well this year for Ryder. So the first 3rd down situation of the night, as you see the offensive backfield for the Bearcats. 3rd down and 5, Sherman.
Boyd, flag on the play, breaks the tackle, and is brought down a yard shy of the first down. Brought down at about the 46-yard line as Boyd trying to pick his hole there to the right, but as we mentioned, a flag thrown down. Penalty against Sherman. It will be holding, and a key opportunity right now for the coaching staff to find out if they want to go ahead and they take the penalty or make it 4th down and 2.
Well, what would you do? Now, there's several factors to think about. Number 1, of course, if you accept the penalty, it's still 3rd down. If you refuse it, it's 4th down. And they answered our question. It's 4th down.
4th down.
I was just thinking of the wind. If you move them back another 10 yards and hold them, then they've got a 10 yards better field position.
No way they're going to try to throw into this one.
Not in this gale.
Alrighty, 4th down and 2, back in punt formation. Nobody back deep. Now finally they adjust to it. They thought maybe it would be a fake. Pierce is back deep awaiting the punt. Into the wind, it hangs up there. Raiders should leave it alone, and they do. And it's ruled dead at the 36-yard line. The first man to get there with the catch is Green. Alfonso Green downs the football there, and the Raiders hold on their first offense, or their first defensive series. Neither team able to muster up anything, and we'll go from there. 7:38 to play, opening quarter, no score. The Raiders come out with their 2nd possession of the night. Flanagan on the pitch.
Good block.
To the outside. Lewis gets dragged out of bounds and a flag thrown down as he hits the sideline over there.
We'll check the marker for you. Good lead block on that sweep by Lewis, by his buddy, Rashad Hickman, number 32.
Face mask the penalty. They will add some yardage to that run. And just thinking about the last time we were here, or I was here.
Look at the block by Hickman. You see him right there, seal it off. Enables Lewis to turn the corner, pick up the nice gain, and with the face mask penalty, add another 5 yards onto it. First down, Ryder.
Talking about last time I was here, Wayne LeBlue had talked so much about Rashad Hickman, and this is when Lewis was injured. And Hickman had to step in there and do the running. He said, well, Hickman did a fine job running, but I sure missed his blocking.
And you can see why.
pitch. Lewis to the near side. Great defensive pressure, but he missed the tackle. And Lewis cuts it back.
Watch out!
To the 40-yard line. There'll be a foot race. Lewis to the 20. And run out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
That is so dangerous when you get the flow going one way, Skip, and the back decides to turn it back the other way. All you need is usually 1 or 2 blocks, and you may watch out. And if you recall, those of you that watched the game last week in Dallas between Cincinnati and the Dallas Cowboys, you saw Harold Green do the same thing. Now you see Lewis going right, now cuts it back to his left, and as Skip told you, it's a track meet now.
Goodman finally runs him out of bounds, but Jeff Cross had him in the backfield. Flanagan gonna run it, tucks it up, gets to the 10, and brought down at the 9-yard line from there. Exactly right of that Cowboy game a week ago. Cut it back the other way, and he had nothing but black shirts over there in front of him.
That's right. He picked up 1 or 2 blocks, and he was home free because all the pursuit had gone the other way, just like Sherman's pursuit that particular time.
Hickman and Lewis run out of the eye. Flanagan looking him over. He's got 7 seconds on the play clock. Gets it off. They nudge it down to about the 6-yard line. Lewis on the carry. 6:13 and ticking. As we mentioned earlier in the pregame show, the Raiders scoring 122 points for the season, only giving up 87. Meanwhile, Sherman has given up 91 points, but they put 139 points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but Sherman's only allowed 21 points in their last 5 ball games, too.
Pitch, Lewis to the 5, and the defense gets stingy. Close to a first down, though, if he nudged it inside the 5, and he did, and it will be 1st and goal for the Rider Raiders from there.
And let me correct myself. I said that they had only allowed 21 points in their last 5 games. Skip, make that in their last 4 games, Sherman's only allowed 21 points, and they've also won 4 consecutive games because the Bearcats got off to an 0-2 start, and since then have won 4 straight.
1st and goal, they mark it at the 4. Flanagan keeps it, looking to run.
He'll go in.
Later. Touchdown, Rider. Flanagan on the 4-yard touchdown run. Looking for somebody to throw to. Throws the defense in the middle, and he had the outside to get to the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Here we go to the option football. Now Flanagan tries to find somebody, can't, touch it just barely, gets inside the pylon for 6, and the Raiders are on top 6-0. They'll try to add the extra point, and they do.
Rodriguez with the extra point, Flanagan's first rushing touchdown of the season, and the Raiders strike first.
64-yard drive. As you see the score, the Rider Raiders on top 7-0. Skipper, look at that coach with those antennas on there.
Thinking he's getting help from upstairs and from further up.
Maybe, no telling where he's getting all that help.
There's 5:18 left to play here in the opening quarter. 7-0 the score as the Raiders get on the scoreboard.
You know, I want to mention something now because I keep listening to the truck. No, that's not Wayne LeBleu, but that's his brother. And that's no joke. That is his brother, and they look so much alike. And he's from Louisiana.
Well, of course.
Where else? And I'll tell you what somebody else told me. If you were in the same room with both of them, listening to them talk, you would know which one was Coach LeBleu and which one was his brother. Now, that's no joke. That's the truth.
All righty. 5:18 opening quarter. And the boot. This one will go through the end zone, and the Bearcats will start off 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
You think you might say that kickoff was wind-aided?
Yeah, just a little.
Slightly.
Just a little. Last week's action in District 5-5A for both of these teams, Louisville shuts out Ryder 21-0. Meanwhile, Sherman all over Denton a week ago, 33-7. It was only 7-0 at the half in that one a week ago. This one straight up the middle, up to the 25-yard line. A good 5-yard pickup for the Bearcats. On the run, Jordan. Jerry Jordan, number 20, 5'8", 170-pound junior.
And Skip, in Sterling Boyd's absence, while he was out with an injury, you just mentioned Jerry Jordan, the youngster that just carried the football, leading rusher for the Bearcats. 488 yards coming into this one.
Been carrying the load. Quarterback keeper on the option. Gets up to the 30 and will have enough for the first down. Raymond Wright keeps the football. As the pitch man was covered, he decided to tuck it up and go for the first down, as they pick up at least their third or fourth first down of the ballgame. We talk about the big play periodically throughout the season, and Ryder has turned in to a big play team. Meanwhile, Sherman likes to just ground it on the ground like this. Good 8-yard pickup that time, up to the 38-yard line on the carry. 4:12 and clock ticking. A good pickup that time of 8. We'll call it second and about 2. Long count. Up the middle, Jordan. And Jordan is close. He may be from up here. Looks like he may be a little shy of the first down than he is. It will be third and just less than a yard for a Bearcat first down. But yes, you did mention about Jordan. Jordan a week ago finishing with 128 yards rushing and an 84-yard touchdown run a week ago. Third down and 1. Boyd, first down and a flag thrown down.
My preliminary indication where that flag was thrown was what should be offensive holding, but let's check it and see, make sure we don't have a face mask. I would think offensive holding.
It will be. Good call there, Mr. Lang.
Well, now they're going to go from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 11. Skip, I don't know if you've noticed, Ryder Sherman has a wingback. Ryan Landefeld, number 81, is 6'4", 185 pounds, and there he is right there. That is a big youngster. Noticed him in the warm-up. 6'4", 195.
Think he plays a little basketball too?
He ought to. He is quite an athlete.
Third down on the draw play, nothing going there, and the holding penalty twice slows the Bearcats down and will force them to punt the ball away.
Certainly will. Now they've had 2 possessions. The first possession started from their own 17. We're speaking of Sherman. Got a holding penalty on that possession. And then again, this drive started from their own 20. And as Skip told you, on 3rd and 1, they suffered another offensive holding penalty, could not overcome it. So twice now, Skip, they've had to punt the ball away due to offensive holding penalties.
Getting set to boot it away for the second time tonight is Ryan Woods, and Woods kicking into that wind, trying to do the best he can. It will bounce to the 50 and dead at the 49-yard line, and the Raiders will start off with great field position from there at the 49. But a key thing here, they only have 2 minutes and 23 seconds left of the wind here in quarter number 1.
And let's see if they decide to take advantage of her tonight. Now, Flanagan only attempted, Skip, 1 pass so far tonight. Now, he did try to pass down there at the 4-yard line when they scored in that last possession. Found nobody open, as you know, took it in himself.
Pitch to Lewis. He barely was able to tuck that one in, but a flag thrown down as Lewis tried to get to the outside. On the pitch, Lewis almost coughed that thing up. Good defensive pressure that time. May have caused a clip in it, and they did. They were back there so fast from the ground level. Can't see the clip from that angle,
I couldn't either.
but a good shot anyway. You see the defensive pressure put on. A big, major 15-yard penalty for the clip. Moves the football all the way back to the 34-yard line.
Now we'll see if the Rider Raiders can overcome that major penalty. Sherman unable to on their first 2 possessions to overcome holding penalties, and we'll see if the Raiders can overcome this clip.
2 wideouts. Alvarado along with Owens at the bottom. Out of your picture. Looking for one of them right here. Now he cuts it back the other way. Everybody was covered that time. Credited to the good defensive secondary coverage. Andre Looper was all over Owens. He was looking for Owens to go deep.
That's a good point you just brought up, Skip. That sack, or short gain if you want to call it, was due to secondary coverage that time. Now, a lot of times you have sacks because of the pass rush. That particular occasion, you had a short gain due to the secondary coverage. Excellent job that time by the corners and safeties for Sherman. 2nd down, 24. Credit Flanagan with a gain of 1. Pressure up the middle again.
Flanagan looking to throw and bumped out. Nothing going there. Looking for Owens again, number 6. Owens did a fine job. He knew Flanagan was in trouble, so he tried to come back to the ball.
And it's ironic, we were talking about secondary pressure a second ago. Now this is defensive pressure, either from the front 4 or skip the linebackers that caused that incomplete pass. Jeff Goodman, number 41, a 5'10 senior, 190-pound nose guard, was in there putting the pressure on Flanagan. Now 3rd and 24.
Look for the draw play. Nope, they're optioning it. Lewis to the outside. Has a little room, but will not pick up the first down. And it will be punt time for the Raiders. So the penalties of this ball game have stopped both teams while they were trying to move the football.
3 major penalties have stopped 3 drives. 2 Sherman drives, and so far 1 Rider Raider drive. And as Skip told you, it's 4th down. 4th and 14. And back in deep punt formation for Rider, number 55, Aaron Taylor.
Cross and Patterson awaiting the punt.
Good high driving punt, takes the Sherman bounce and goes in and out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
1:07 left to play here in the opening quarter.
65 yards on that punt, but you got to give that north wind a little credit too.
Exactly. Boy, imagine some of the field goals we can see here tonight, huh?
If we just get the opportunity to see them.
7-0 the score. Raiders lead the Bearcats in the opening quarter of this ball game. Fumble on the play, and they already rule it dead. Although the Raiders came away with the ball, they do say that it is ruled dead from the very first fumble right there. He's back on it.
Yeah, he's already down.
And then the ball popped out. Great shot there. Able to get back on it. But in the meantime, a flag was thrown down.
They're going to call that spearing?
Well,
I think so. They're going to say, Skip, that Raymond Wright was down, the Sherman quarterback, and the ball was dead, and one of the Rider Raiders came in. That's what knocks the ball loose, and let's see if we can pick it up on the replay. That's got to be the call.
Let's see if it is.
All right, now see him going to get the ball. Now watch, right there, see?
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. Whistle probably already blew. Good call. Good call.
Big hole.
Across the 50. He's got speed. See you later. We just talked about him inside the 10. Touchdown.
No flags.
65-yard touchdown run for Jordan. We mentioned a week ago he ran an 84-yard touchdown run. Jerry Jordan with the run.
Big time machine, isn't he? Big time player. Skip told you last week, goes the distance for over 80 yards, and now takes this one 65. And just like that, Skip Boyd, Sherman's within 1 of tying it up.
Quick opener. You have to credit that offensive line as we will look at the replay again. But what an offensive line as they had the hole. And with his speed, went right through there. Getting set to attempt the extra point. Flags on the, well, no flags. They messed up. They're going to try to get 2 out of this. It's caught, but nothing going. Oh, my.
You know something? Hey, guys, let's show it again. Skip the holder never puts the ball down. He had the ball. He never put it down for the kick. We don't have it, guys. We're checking to see if we can get the replay. Don't have it.
It was Mark Schultes.
Is the holder?
Yeah.
Rodney Sneed, the holder, number 12.
All right, but Schultes was the one to finally get the catch.
Yeah, the one that got the hello punch right there at the end.
And we don't know if that was
designed or what.
Improvised or what.
Well, because as we're talking about the holder, now this is the touchdown
Look at that
run.
offensive
Oh, what a hold.
line.
Now look at Jordan turn it on. Look at him go, would you? Hickman almost catches it.
Made that
Makes
dive.
a desperation dive at the end. But as you said, that kid, ran 84 yards last week?
A week ago.
In the big win that they had last week over Denton. 33-7 last week. Sherman destroyed him.
They rushed for 388 yards a week ago. So they missed the extra point, so it is 7-6. And that play may be important. As important as this game is for the Rider Raiders. 42 ticks left here in the opening quarter.
That was an 80-yard drive for Sherman.
Somebody better pick it up. They got it. Oh, my. What a play. It was a mental lapse over there. They thought it was a punt or they thought it was going out of bounds and let the ball go. Sherman gets it at the 30-yard line.
That is a live football, ladies and gentlemen. That is live football right there.
You see number 26, Clay Ferris just trotted over to the ball thinking that it was going to go out of bounds. It didn't. And he didn't rush over there to cover it.
And boy, you talk about a mental breakdown. That's a giant mental breakdown right there. Now Saltzman, I don't know if somebody pulled him off. We'll check it and see if that's going to be 5 yards against Ryder.
Oh, my. Keep that as far as the halftime highlights are concerned. They go in and march this one in.
Oh, that is a huge, huge break.
Offsides, the call will cost the Raiders 5, excuse me. And it will be 1st and 5. They'll mark it at the 26-yard line. Up the middle.
Is that Jordan again?
Jordan, it is.
You know, and you wonder sometimes if there's a player down for Ryder and it's Saltzman, and hopefully it's just maybe got the wind knocked out of him, the way he's acting. I'm hoping that's what it is. But Skip, getting back to a game with these type of implications, you just can't have a mental breakdown like that on the kickoff. I mean, those kids have got to understand, especially, you know, at this point in time in their career, that kickoff is a live ball. Anytime it's kicked off, it is a live football. It's anybody's.
And you know, those up men, to come to their defense a little bit, the up men aren't used to even seeing the ball around them, so they're thinking the ball's going to sail over their head. But due to this heavy wind, that ball hung up there, and by that time they had forgotten that, hey, you know, this thing is a live ball, and they see Sherman get down and cover it up, and it's too late then as they come over to the sideline.
And nobody feels any worse than they do.
Exactly.
There's a good shot of Coach Wayne LeBleu with the headsets off, walking towards you right there. He has just, you know, Skip, while we've got a chance and they're tending to Scott Saltzman, it's a good chance for us here to take a break. And we will take a break as we look up and see 34 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. There's your score. Rider Raiders on top, folks, by a slim 1 point. Raiders 6-7, Bearcats 6. We'll be right back.
Nobody knows pizza pizza like Pinocchio's.
Pinocchio's Pizza is quality pizza, not costly pizza. So get one of our large price slices for just $8.99. 5 different big pizzas, each one just $8.99. Dine in, take out, or free delivery. The price stays the same. No coupons needed. The savings are on us. So call or come to Pinocchio's and ask for your $8.99 special.
Nobody knows pizza like Pinocchio's.
Saltzman is up and over to the sideline as Boyd, or excuse me, not Boyd that time, a new tailback in there, Kevin Page with the football, with the pickup of a couple. Or excuse me, Roundtree, 34 that time with the football.
Dorian Roundtree, now he's a senior. They got a lot of seniors on this Sherman club.
Alrighty, pick up all the way to the 21, and when we come back, because that will do it for quarter number 1, it will be 3rd and less than a yard for Sherman. That's the end of quarter number 1. You're watching the game of the week. You've got the best seat in the house. The Raiders lead it by a score of 7-6.
You can be sure I will.
Ballpark Sports and Awards has just about everything you could ever want for your organization. They have shorts, shirts, sweats, jackets, plaques, trophies, ribbons, desk sets, pins, and much, much more. They even offer silk screening and monogramming for clothing, and engraving for plaques and desk sets. Go by Ballpark Sports and Awards at 4526 Fairway Boulevard, or call Eddie Lavery at 696-3213. That's Ballpark Sports and Awards.
Skip Boyden along with Donnie Lang and the entire broadcast crew on WFTV, and a special hello to the fine folks watching us tonight on Post Newsweek Cable in Sherman-Denison area. Second quarter action, 3rd down, less than a yard. Up the middle, Jordan has the first down inside the 20-yard line, and the drive will stay alive for the Sherman Bearcats. Just starting quarter number 2 as the Raiders get on the scoreboard first. And the extra point was at it. The Bearcats came back with a big 65-yard run. But they missed their extra point, so now they're on the drive to take the lead. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Up the middle, Jordan. Jordan inside the 15-yard line. Brought down by Perez, who makes the tackle for the Raiders, but not before he picks up a good 4 yards. It will be 2nd and 6 for the Raiders. Or excuse me, 2nd and 6 for the Bearcats. See how stingy the defense gets. The battle down in the trenches now. On the option.
Good hit.
Out. Roundtree close to the first down marker. Credit again Raymond Wright holding on to the football as long as he could.
Yeah, credit Raymond Wright for hanging on the ball. Credit Brian Lewis for this right there. Good stick.
Not before Roundtree picks up the first down. It will be 1st and goal now for the Bearcats on the drive. They mark it down at the 7-yard line. Remember, this drive is the one they got from the kickoff that the Raiders didn't touch. Raiders want a timeout.
We got whistles.
The coaches on the sideline were hollering timeout, timeout, timeout.
And I think they did finally get somebody's attention to get it called.
Now you go over to the far side and they're going, hey, what's going on? We were getting ready to run a play on those guys. And there the coaches are out there saying, hey, we had the opportunity to run a quick one off on them. They apparently saw something. As you see the coaches on the far side, they're wanting the officials to come over and say, hey, explain it. possible knee strain for Scott Salzman while we have this timeout in the action. He may see some more action, but we don't know as of yet. And that is definitely a sore spot for the Raiders as he anchors that nose guard position. Alrighty, back to play. First and goal, they mark it at the 7-yard line. On the option play, the pitch to Roundtree, and Roundtree gets bumped out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. One of the first men to get there is Sean Perez with the defensive stick.
Knocked out of bounds by number 54.
So while you were away, Mr. Lang, say that Salzman is doubtful for the rest of the ball game. Could be a possible knee strain.
Second down.
That's surprising because I thought the way he was acting looked like he just got the wind knocked out of him, but you never know. That is not good news.
Option play. He will keep it and
No, sir.
shy of the end zone. Looked like the ball was over, but the knee touched down, I guess, before the ball went over.
Now, Skip, he actually gets knocked sideways, too, on this tackle. That probably kept him out. Watch the impact right at the goal line. Wright gets knocked sideways just before he gets in. Right there.
Exactly.
Robin Pierce delivers a pretty good blow. Third down, goal, just inside the 1.
Long count.
He's in.
Touchdown. Sherman.
They will go for 2.
On the touchdown run is Jordan. Jerry Jordan gets in from 1 yard out. And they now lead it by a score of 12-7. And not having to kick the extra point into the win, they will more than likely not worry about a kick, but as you mentioned, they may go for 2 to get that 14 back on the scoreboard. With 10:13 left to play here in quarter number 2. And they will go for 2. And now whistles blow, and it's too much time as the 25-second clock runs down, and they will have to back it up instead of having it at the 3.5, or actually the 2.5 will be moved back, and that will definitely change the play calling just a tad for Coach John Outlaw. The 9 now, or the 8.5. Long count for Wright, looking to throw end zone, and it is incomplete. Almost picked off in the end zone, as the Raiders do a good job at reading that one. And with 10:13 to play, they hold them again on the extra point, and they hold the lead to 12-7.
And Skipper, that drive, keep in mind, only 31 yards, and that was after the kickoff that Sherman recovered after their first score. So a 31-yard drive that time by the Bearcats. I guess you could say courtesy of the mental lapse by the Raiders. But fortunately, as you see a 12-7 score, they hold them. And while Ryder has held here on the second extra point attempt, we're going to take a break. You're watching WFTV's High School Game of the Week. The Bearcats lead the Raiders 12-7. We'll be right back.
As a boy in Mexico, it was my dream to come to America and bring with me the traditional flavors of my country. And now, as Vice President of Food for Carol's Restaurants, I am proud to offer authentic Mexican dinners.
Combination platters of chili rellenos, taquitos, tamales, and cheese enchiladas. Or chicken ranchero, your choice for $5.99. And weekdays, huevos rancheros for $2.99.
Come and see how Carol's cares for you.
We have it all. DeForest Jewelry and Loan has the best previously owned quality merchandise. TVs, VCRs, stereos, tape players, CB radios, a wide selection of musical instruments, tools for the professional and the do-it-yourselfer, cameras, beautiful jewelry, air conditioners, lawn and garden tools, hunting and fishing gear, and guns. The selection is outstanding, with layaway available. For 16 years, family-owned and operated DeForest Jewelry and Loan, 8th in Ohio.
14 before the half. Deep kick this time and taken at the 1. To the 15.
Oh,
Middle
my
and a
goodness.
stick.
Pierce.
Oh,
Hello, Robin. What a stick. 43, Ryan Wood. 6'1", 200, and he does deliver a blow.
well, look at it again.
Now, Robin Pierce feels it at the 1. Watch this right now. Wham!
Ooh, nobody blocked him.
He had a free shot, didn't he?
Flag thrown down, though, on the play. Maybe offsides, and it will be. Offside penalty called against the Bearcats on the kickoff. Now, do you make them kick the ball off again, and that's what they're going to do. So another opportunity for Pierce to run this one back, and I'm sure he'll tell some of his blockers up front, hey, let's block that guy this time, huh? So time ticks off the clock, 10:07 now, and they're backing up from the 40 to the 35. And with the way that wind is blowing, it's not going to be a big factor. Other games going on tonight in District 5, 5A. Haltom playing at Denton, Keller at Louisville, and Richland taking on Marcus.
Boy, those Marcus Marauders undefeated. 4-0 in district, 6-0 on the season. Somebody's going to have to head them off one way or another.
The surprise team in the district.
Of course, everyone was talking about Ryder, Sherman, and Louisville. Not too many people mention the Marauders. It seems like they always stand up and then they make you take notice. They're always in there. Flower Mound Marcus, the Marcus Marauders. Pierce again.
Will need this one. And the Raiders will start off at the 20-yard line. And 10:06 on the clock to play before the half. Viewers that are watching the telecast on WFTV, an exciting ball game for you tomorrow night as the MSU Indians are back in town. Indians take on Austin College.
Yeah, the boys are back in town. The Indians.
Handoff up the middle. Across the 20 to about the 22-yard line or so goes Montrell Lewis. Lewis a pickup of a couple. It'll be second down. Now, since they are trailing and going into that stiff wind, I doubt they're going to throw the football any, so we'll have to see what they can do on the ground.
I wouldn't think so, but stranger things have happened. But we're going to have to see, Skip, what kind of character Ryder's got if they can come back and overcome that mental lapse in that last 31-yard Sherman touchdown drive.
Flanagan keeps it across the 25 and run out at the 30 and will be close to a first down. We talked about this earlier in the season that the Raiders don't have that great speed. Anybody on the team doesn't have that great speed, but they can find a hole if one is there. Flanagan trying to get to the outside that time and does, and will pick up the first down.
And there is Scott Salzman, and that's not a good sign right there. You see the ice pack, the ice wrap on the left knee. Everybody's all everything. Scott Salzman, number 74, nose man for the Ryder Raiders, and probably will not be back tonight.
Good hole, Lewis, first down across the 40-yard line. We talk about how Lewis can pick his holes, and that time he went a little left, a little bit right, and found a open and gets it across the 40 to the 42-yard line at another first down. Coming to the 9-minute mark now. 12-7 the score. Sherman leads it. On count again. Flanagan on the give. Up the middle. Couple of yards there for Rashad Hickman. Hickman hasn't carried the ball a whole lot tonight. He's done most of the work blocking and doing a fine job. Second down after the pickup of about 3 yards for Rashad Hickman. On a second down call. Pitch. Lewis. And Lewis just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage that time. One of the first guys to get over there, Mike Powell, number 87, leading the way, the defensive end, 170-pound junior. One of the first men to get there for the Sherman Bearcats. You get a shot of number 67. They're the tallest guy there.
Yeah, that's Artez Paramore. You know how much he weighs?
Woo!
I'll tell you after this play. I'm going to let you think about that in a minute.
Yeah, all right. Third down. Flanagan fakes, throws, it's caught at the 42-yard line, and the completion that time. Good catch as the ball just drifted up in the air that time. Brett Carter comes down with it, and a Raider first down at the 40-yard line.
Good hands, excellent concentration. Skip told you Brett Carter pulls it in. Brett 5'11", 204 pounds, a junior, tight end, and he made a great catch there for the Raiders.
Carter's fourth catch of the season. He's averaging 12.3 yards a catch. Up the middle. Everybody faking, but finally the ball given to Rashad Hickman. Hickman, the first man to get the football. He nudges his way back to the line of scrimmage. It will be second down and 10 from the 40-yard line. 7:33 and clock ticking. As the Raiders trying to mount a drive here to tie this thing up or to take the lead. Pitch. Lewis cuts it back the other way, and he's dangerous when he does that. Inside the 35-yard line. It will be third down. Flag on the play. And there you take a look at number 67. Now, you wanted to tell us how much
Look at that.
he weighs.
Now, that's Artez Paramore. Now, earlier in the game, I spoke about their overall team speed, okay? Coach LeBlue was talking about their defensive speed with the exception of one player. That's him. That's Artez Paramore, but he is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Artez goes about 6'2". Now, they say 325 in the program, and Coach LeBlue swears he's at least 370. He occupies a lot of space in that defensive front for the Bearcats. Now, he may not be that fast straight away, but he is quick as a Bearcat.
Plug the holes up, exactly. Penalty on the play was face mask called against Sherman. So that moves the football to the 20-yard line and the first down. Draw play. Lewis trying to get to the outside. Good defensive pressure, and Lewis gets back from the tackle that was missed that time by Jeff Cross. Cross back in the secondary. The offensive secondary, but couldn't hold on to Lewis. Lewis had the second and third effort that time to get back to the line. They say he lost about a yard trying to get to the outside. 6:50 and clock ticking. Second down and 11 as they work out of the eye. Flanagan on the option to Lewis, and Lewis ran out of real estate as they try to run it to the short end of the field. First guy there, Ryan Woods, number 43, 200-pound senior linebacker, contains Lewis that time. And nowhere to go as the Raiders forced themselves on a third down call. Third and a passing situation, which they will more likely use the wide side of the field to roll Flanagan out.
Now, Grant Grimes, 85, checks in, skipper, and 32, Rashad Hickman checks out. Grimes brought in the play. Let's see what we got. 3rd and 8 at the Bearcat 18.
Flanagan straight back looking, pressure. Now he decides to run with it and will not have the first down. The youngster rushed himself that time. After that first pickup that he had, that he was able to get that touchdown run with, ever since then, he's been able to tuck that thing up and think that he's got some yards to run.
Hey, watch the move Flanagan puts on Paramore, the big guy. Watch this. Ground level. Boom, jukes him. Paramore just disappears out of the screen.
But the rest of the Bearcats secondary come away with the tackle.
They came up to support, didn't they?
At the 13-yard line, and a field goal attempt into the wind. They're put it down at the 21. It will be 31 yards out. They want to think about it before they attempt it. There's time out on the field. 5:56 left before the half, and the Raiders want to think about a field goal here. And there's time out on the field, and we will take a break. 5:56, play before the half. Bearcats lead it by a score of 12-7. You're watching the Game of the Week on WFTV.
The Hampton Inn, just off I-44 in Wichita Falls, would like to invite you to stay with them when you come to support your favorite sports team. Hampton Inns offer superior guest room with non-smoking rooms also available. The Hampton Inn has free continental breakfast for their guests, free local phone calls, pay-per-view movies, and remote-control television, which feature CNN, ESPN, and Showtime. In addition, the third and fourth person stay free, and children under 18 stay free with their parents. Also, guests have access of local racquetball club and fitness center. So when you're in town cheering on your favorite sports team, come relax with us at the Hampton Inn, your home away from home, on I-44 just off the Marine Street exit in Wichita Falls. For reservations, dial 766-3300 or 1-800-HAMPTON.
Attempting the field goal. It's blocked at the line. Ball is still loose. The Bearcats will have it at the 15-yard line on the blocked field goal. Looked like Rashad Hickman was attempting the field goal that time.
Let's check and see if we can get the number on the youngster for Sherman that blocks the field goal attempt.
An opportunity to see it from the ground level. Pressure was in. Might have been that youngster right there, 20-something.
20, yeah, 20-something. That's all we could pick up.
End around, Sterling Boyd to the outside. And Boyd, the whistle's finally blown. Nobody brought him down. They say Boyd stepped out on his own at the 23-yard line. So great defensive pressure on the blocked field goal.
And that was a drive that started from the Rider 20-yard line. It looked like they were going to be able to take it in.
Second down, 5:45 left. And you know, this is something that the coaches and everybody else has to think about, and I'll tell you after this play. On the option play, right.
Jordan again just about busted another one, Skip.
Really?
He is quick. All right, go ahead.
Here's a look at the blocked field goal before I finish my thought about the coaches. Here it is, from up top. The guy on the, okay, 23?
I think so. Looks like 23.
23 or 27 is what we're getting at. So we like to give credit to either Wilson or Green. And either way it goes. Good pressure put on by Sherman. Boyd to the 30. Close to a first down. 4:59, and it will be enough for a first down. The drive will stay alive. First down at the 31-yard line. And thinking now that they have the lead, they have the win, the clock working in their favor to close out the first half, we may see Wright drop back to throw one here in a minute. They work out of the eye, up the middle, Jordan breaks the tackle, oh my. Jordan jumping over Perez that time.
Yeah, just climbing over Sean Perez, like, hurry, I got to get over this thing and get down the field, and he almost did.
Remember that run? I don't know who ran it, but he jumped up in the air and he came back down on his feet.